Great Saturday morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to another live, and I hope you can eat. And we've been working on this uh for quite a while to get things right. If you're on Facebook, hello. If you are on LinkedIn, great morning. If you are on what do we have? YouTube. So I welcome you all to this great show, this great morning, and we're going to have something fun filled, and we're going to be talking about failure, the fear of failure. But before we get started with that, I also want you all to go to mariontrainer.com. Please check that out. Uh, we have a host of things over there, and the one thing that has become near and dear to me is the course. Onboard101.com/. Marion Trainer. You must educate to participate. If you want to know everything that you need to know in simplistic form, because as we know, Marion Trainer, we try to keep things simple. It is a 12 module course. You'll be truly delighted you take this course. And I'm going to do something crazy probably within the next week or two. Normal price right now, and that was drop right now. So I did it for like 3 months, but it's going to go away. It's $197. $197. Normally $297. So you have until we're going to go Wednesday of next week to grab your course, check it out, everything you needed to want to know about nutrition, fat loss, easy to follow, and it's actually fun to do. Next thing we're going to talk about is you must protect your identity. Identity IQ. Please go on mariontrainer.com and click it because we are in some vulnerable times right now and people are stealing your identity and you must be careful, but this company will monitor you. They will alert you and let you know what's going on with your privacy. All right. And again, this is dear to me also because I have been in this business for, since 1987. We're talking about 2000, so 27 years. And all the women that I've trained, Pink Lotus, you do not have to suffer in silence. There's a lot of talk about hormones, menopause, all that stuff. PinkLotus.com will address that. Go on mariontrainer.com, click on the link, and get all the information that you need. They even have a section about weight management. Check it out. So let's get to the nitty gritty of all this and start it. And if you have not done it yet, if you have not been following it, don't forget to check out, because we have it back by popular demand, the Muscle Up Nutrition line, MarionTrainerNutrition.com. Check it out. And if you're if you're some of those people and like me now that I don't compete anymore, I basically do 2 shakes, 2 meals. It's been working for me and getting the nutrition that I deserve, and I think everyone deserves. This is your one. Check it out. All right, let's talk about the fear of failure. Why do people get to the point where they're like afraid of failure and they let it kind of stop them in their tracks? And it does not have to be like that. And everybody sees, a lot of times people see failure as negative, resulting in disappointment, shame, even loss. It does not have to be like that. Failure is a way that you can get feedback. It is another way that can motivate you, get you to that point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to go harder. I'm going to go harder to the pain. I was just with some, at a bodybuilding show, fitness, figure, so much last weekend. And just watching the athletes up there and just seeing them go for it. You know, some came out on top, but in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I feel like every athlete who got on that stage was a winner. Now, might not equate it to a first place trophy, but for you to get on stage, that takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of putting yourself out there because you're in the public. You're on stage center stage and everybody's watching you. And that's okay. And it is okay. If you didn't get first, keep going hard to the paint. Keep going for what you feel will eventually end up as success for you. And I can give you my own stories. And one of my stories is, I got excited about a show I won. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do the Mr. South Carolina because that's like the top of the top. The shows are the shows. If I'm the best in the state, then I can go against the rest of the country. First time I did it, it didn't go so well. But I was just excited because I put that work in and I transformed. A lot of times in this sport, in the sport of bodybuilding and fitness, a lot of times people look at the fact that I didn't get the first place trophy, so I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Well, that wasn't my thought process. My thought process is that I made it to this stage. A lot of people don't even make it this far. And all it did was fuel me. And that's why I say you should not be afraid of failure. Failure is a teaching guide. But I kept going. I went back the second time. I mean, there, of course, I tell you all I had the accident, so that was another setback. Could I have looked at that as failure? I mean, I was down on myself because I couldn't believe I was struggling to get over 200 pounds. When I got in the accident, when they weighed me, they said, oh, you were 205. So the struggle of that was, oh man, I finally get here and I feel like something happens. What a letdown. But I didn't view it as failure. It was just a setback. And when I was going through my troubles, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Willie Jolly. At the time, he was the third largest public speaking man out there, a motivational speaker. And he sent me an email and it said, a setback is just a setup for a comeback. I took that to heart. I was like, okay, I'm on. I came back. I won my weight class, but I didn't win overall. And at that time, winning the overall Mr. South Carolina was a great thing to do because they had so many great guys came before me. And you got this championship ring, like, you won a Super Bowl or NBA championship. And I was just excited. It's like, I want the ring. So a judge told me, hey, if you were 10 pounds heavier, you would have won. So I got the grind in. I started working out hard. And I mistimed my peak. And I placed third. I did move up a weight class. So that was success for me. I didn't view it as failure because I didn't win, but I viewed it as a motivation factor for me to keep going forward. And the message I want to send to those out there who are competing, you compete to win. But if it does not turn out that way, keep going. Because your success may just be around the corner. Don't let fear of failure hold you back or keep you from being as great as you can be. And remember, to me, and the way I look at it, failure is just success turned inside out. But I kept grinding. And as you all know, you've heard the story before. And I came back and I won that ring. Man, you talking about joy and feeling on top of the world and just hearing your name as the new overall winner, Marion Benton. Man, I tell you what, I still smile every time. And I look at that video every now and then when I want some extra motivation. And I'm going to tell you, it lifts me up. But I can tell you, if you keep going and if you keep at it, no matter what it is, whether it's your job, whether you're trying to get to that next level, you're trying to improve your marriage, your relationship, your family relationships, don't look at it if it doesn't work out the first time, don't stop. That doesn't mean you fail. It just means you might need to look at the learning lesson in that. Because at the end of the day, you got to put yourself in a position where you will not fail. And you don't view a setback as a failure. And the question that I have, and I'll just put it on the screen. So what advice or tips can you give someone who feels they have fallen off and failed with their weight loss program journey? I would tell you this right here. I always tell a person, can you visualize what you want to look like, what you want to feel like? But you got to be so dedicated. You got to be so sick and tired of being sick and tired to you like find the most simplistic way and take baby steps. Don't look at, say, I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, 20 pounds in 4 weeks. Why don't you look at it, if I lose a pound a week, a pound or two a week in 10 weeks, that's anywhere between 10 to 20 pounds. And that will become a success for you. Your journey is never about the destination. The journey is a learning process. Are you going to fall down sometimes? Yes, you are. But if you view it as failure and you let it weigh on you, because it can, it'll take you out of everything that you wanted to know about yourself, how to learn yourself, and feel like, I can do this. It's just like when we started this live. I'm live on 3 platforms as we speak right now. But it was so frustrating in the beginning, but I didn't stop and say, oh, it's failure. I had my moments where I was like, do I really want to do this? But I get inbox, email. I even was sitting down in a restaurant. Someone came up to me and said, if not you, then who? If not now, when? So it was things like that that made me feel like I got to keep going. I got to keep searching for the way to make this work. And we're here. And I hope you all are on here and you can hear me great. Send feedback. Share this. Because somebody out there needs to hear it. Somebody out there needs to hear this. We all have fallen short. But that doesn't mean you can't stop striving to get to where you want to be. And I'm going to give you all a quick story. You know, when I sat down went to the doctor's office, and this was in year 2000. And the doctor just looked over at me and he said, you need a kidney. And it was like, what? Wait. Well, what for? What happened? I don't feel like it. And then 15 years later, it happened. Was it a journey to that? No, it wasn't. Was it tough going along? Because I was a pretty stubborn guy. I always felt like I could run out on fumes, feel like I could not go further, but I never viewed it as failure. We have another question. How does being in a toxic environment or relationship play a role with developing mental fog? Developing mental fog to you having energy to stay focused on their personal goals. What I would say to that is, you know, anytime you're in an environment that's not conducive to your mental, you're going to have to find some way, somehow, to remove yourself from it. And that's not going to be easy, but you're going to have to find a way to move yourself, because anytime you stay in a toxic environment and talk about change, it is not going to happen. But what you got to do to stay focused on your goals, I always tell myself, I will not fail. Failure is not an option for me. Does everything go the way you want to? No, it doesn't. Does being in the relationship you with the person, does it goes perfect all the time? No, it doesn't. But you have to look at yourself. You know, Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the man, now with the woman in the mirror. Do you need to make a change? Because if you do, you need to start going at the steps. I'm with someone and it's not working. What role do I play in that? And if I play a role in that and the environment is toxic, I'm going to see how I can make it as less toxic as possible. Look, in order to get your mind right, there's so many other things that you have to do. Work on your physical. If you need to talk to someone, get a therapist. It does work, but you have to be willing. And if you're not a willing participant, it only gets harder. And there's a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, I can take care of this. I can take care of myself. I can do whatever. I'm on my own. I've been doing this for years." All you're doing is tearing yourself up on the inside. Look, sometimes you only get one good shot at life, and you're lucky if you get two. To make the impression on yourself, so when you walk out your door, you step out your car, that when you walk into any place, people can feel your energy. They can feel your positivity. They can feel like, wow, I want what that person's on. Look, I'm not going to be here telling you that problems won't happen, things won't happen. Nobody's immune to life trials and tribulations. But what I will tell you, if you accept failure, then you have failed. But if you don't accept it, the path to success, and when I say the path to success, sometimes people think you're talking about finances, money, and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being successful for you, especially mentally. Because where the mind goes, the body will follow. Surround yourself with people who want to see you succeed. If I have to argue with you more than I laugh with you, I have to make some decisions. I have to say to myself, is this the place where I need to be? And if it's not, you're going to have to make some hard decisions. But if you want to preserve what little dignity you have, what little positivity you have in your mind, make the change. Will it be easy? No. Because if it was easy, everybody would be happy all the time. Even I have my moments. But then I think back. I almost drowned at 13. Was in a head-on collision car accident at 24. I had a kidney transplant at 40. I had a kidney failure at 45 and a kidney transplant at 47. Look, we don't always get the best of the best all the time, but we can be the best of the best. You don't have to be the best. You just want to be one of them. I hope you all understand that if you want change, you have to be willing to make change. Because at the end of the day, it's you against you. You against you. And you all know what I say. If not now, when? If not you, then who? No matter how you switch it around, it's all about being a better you. I hope you all make this day a wonderful day. If you're sitting next to someone or if you're laying next to someone, look over at them and tell them, thank you. Thank you for being a part of my life. Because there's lessons in whatever you think you're failing at, there is a lesson in it. Look, I appreciate all the support that I'm getting from everyone. We're just going to keep this going and going. And we don't know where it's going to take us, but we know it won't be because of fear of failure. We're going to keep going. Y'all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and most of all, take care of each other. And I'll be talking with you.